Hello, truth seekers, and welcome back to our channel, where we unveil the shocking truth behind the glamorous world of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. So folks, gather round because I've got some piping hot royal tea to spill. Buckle up, because this is gonna be one wild ride through the latest royal drama. Let's dive right into the juiciest bit of gossip that's got everyone's knickers in a twist. Our dear Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Drama herself, is apparently now Britain-phobic. Can you believe it? The woman who married into one of the most British institutions, there is now can't stand the sight of a Union Jack. Now, before we go any further, let me just say, I'm your friendly neighborhood critic, and I call him like I see him. So if you're looking for sugar-coated niceties, you might want to change the channel. But if you're ready for some real talk about the royal ruckus, stick around. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and that notification bell ASAP. So now, let's break this down, shall we? Meghan Markle, former actress extraordinaire who once dreamed of the bright lights of Hollywood, now supposedly quakes in her designer boots at the thought of crossing the pond. But here's the kicker, folks. It's not knives or acid attacks she's worried about. Oh no. According to royal expert Rafe Hadel-Manku, it's something far more terrifying to a fame-hungry ex-royal. The dreaded sound of booing. That's right, you heard it here first. The Duchess of Sussex, who's faced down paparazzi and tabloid headlines, is apparently petrified of a bit of vocal disapproval from the great British public. Talk about a plot twist. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the irony here. This is the same Meghan who, not too long ago, was all about speaking her truth and finding her voice. But now, it seems she can't handle hearing the voices of others, especially if they're not singing her praises. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But wait, there's more. Our expert goes on to suggest that Meghan's developed a full-blown case of Britain-phobia. Apparently, she's got so many negative associations with the UK that she can't bear the thought of setting foot on British soil. Well, excuse me while I play the world's tiniest violin. Let's not forget, this is the same woman who gleefully accepted a royal title, lived in a taxpayer-renovated cottage, and enjoyed all the perks of royal life. But now that things aren't going her way, suddenly Britain's not good enough for her. Talk about biting the hand that fed you. And here's where it gets really juicy, folks. Our expert suggests that Meghan never really fit into British upper-crust society anyway. She's a California girl, apparently unable to adapt to the rarefied air of the British elite. Well, color me shocked. Who would have thought that marrying a prince doesn't automatically make you queen bee of the social scene? Now, let's take a moment to compare and contrast, shall we? While Meghan's off in California, probably sipping oat milk lattes and practicing her next "woe is me" speech, we've got other royals actually doing their jobs. Take Zara Tindall, for instance. Word on the street is she's planning to skip the annual Balmoral getaway, but you don't see her crying to the press about it, do you? No, she's just getting on with things like a proper royal. And speaking of proper royals, let's talk about Prince William and Princess Kate for a hot second. While Harry and Meghan are busy airing dirty laundry and playing victim, Will and Kate are out there becoming King Charles's landlords. Now that's what I call a power move. But let's circle back to our spotlight-hungry friend Meghan for a moment. It's been nearly 2 years since she last graced British soil with her presence, back in September 2022 for Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. And let me tell you, folks, the irony is not lost on me. She shows up for the biggest royal event in decades but can't be bothered to pop over for a cup of tea with the in-laws. Talk about selective participation. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what about the media? Weren't they mean to poor Meghan? Well, darlings, let me let you in on a little secret. Being a royal isn't all tiaras and horse-drawn carriages. It comes with scrutiny. It comes with criticism. And yes, sometimes it comes with unfair treatment. But you know what it also comes with. A platform, influence, and the opportunity to make real change. But I guess that wasn't glitzy enough for our Hollywood hopeful. Let's be real for a second. This whole security concern excuse is about as flimsy as a wet paper bag. If Meghan truly feared for her safety, don't you think the royal family with all their resources and connections could arrange for top-notch security? Of course they could, but that wouldn't fit the narrative of poor, persecuted Meghan, would it? No, my friends, what we're seeing here is a classic case of sour grapes. Meghan came into the royal family expecting to be the star of the show, the leading lady in her own real-life fairy tale. But when she realized that being a royal is actually hard work, with rules and expectations and responsibilities, suddenly it wasn't so appealing anymore. And let's not forget the collateral damage in all this drama. Poor Harry, once the cheeky, charming prince, now reduced to defending his wife's every move and word. It's like watching a puppet show, and we all know who's pulling the strings. But here's the real kicker, folks. While Meghan's off playing victim and avoiding Britain like it's the plague, the rest of the royal family is carrying on. They're opening hospitals, supporting charities, representing the nation at important events. Actually doing the job they were born or married into. And the British public, well, they're not sitting around pining for Meghan's return, I can tell you that much. In fact, I'd wager most of them are breathing a sigh of relief. Because let's face it, the constant drama and attention-seeking behavior was getting old real fast. Now, I'm not saying Meghan didn't face any challenges during her time as a working royal. Adjusting to a new culture, a new family, and a very public role isn't easy for anyone. But here's the thing, many have done it before her, and many will do it after. Look at Princess Mary of Denmark or Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. They managed to adapt, to embrace their new roles, and to win the hearts of their adopted countries. But Meghan, well, it seems she was more interested in changing the institution than adapting to it. And when that didn't work out, she took her ball and went home, or rather, took her prince and went to California. And now, we're expected to believe that she's too scared to come back. Please, this is the same woman who had no problem using her royal title to score lucrative deals and hobnob with celebrities. She's not afraid of Britain. She's afraid of facing the consequences of her actions. Let's be clear here. No one is saying Meghan has to love everything about Britain or the royal family. But there's a big difference between having legitimate grievances and throwing a tantrum because things didn't go your way. And right now, Meghan's behavior is looking a lot more like the latter. But you know what? Maybe this is for the best. The royal family has weathered many storms over the centuries, and they'll weather this one too. And without the constant Meghan and Harry sideshow, maybe they can get back to focusing on what really matters, serving the people and representing the nation. As for Meghan, well, she's made her bed, and now she has to lie in it. If she wants to stay in California and play at being a celebrity, that's her choice. But she shouldn't expect to have her cake and eat it too. You can't trash talk the family and the country, then expect a warm welcome when you deign to visit. And let's not forget, folks, actions have consequences. Meghan and Harry's tell-all interviews, their Netflix documentary, Harry's book, all of these have burned bridges that might be beyond repair. The royal family operates on trust and discretion, and these two have shown they have neither. So what's the end game here? Will Meghan ever return to UK shores? Will Harry ever reconcile with his family? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the drama is far from over. As long as Meghan and Harry keep playing the victim card, as long as they keep seeking the spotlight while claiming to want privacy, as long as they keep biting the hand that fed them, well, they'll keep providing plenty of material for us royal watchers to dissect and discuss. But here's a thought. Maybe, just maybe, it's time for them to take a step back, to actually embrace the privacy they claim to want, to focus on their family, their charity work, and building a life away from the royal spotlight. Because right now, all this back and forth, this constant airing of grievances, it's not doing anyone any favors. In the end, the monarchy will survive. It survived far worse than a disgruntled Duchess and a prodigal prince. And the British public, well, they've got bigger fish to fry than worrying about whether Meghan Markle feels welcome or not. So there you have it, folks, the latest chapter in the saga of the Sussexes. It's a tale of ambition, of culture clash, of expectations as reality. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when you try to have your royal cake and eat it too. Until then, stay tuned for more shocking stories and scandalous exposés on our YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest from the world of the royal family. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again with some more fascinating news about the royal family. Bye for now.